All right, welcome back. I'm back. It is time for my hump day installment. I want to focus on this one story. I've been very busy lately, very busy, not only with stories, but with life in general. It's getting warm. There seems to be more traffic. Business is picking up at my job, so bear with me. And I'm trying to replace a lot of my old videos in the members area. So just bear with me, please. Shout out to everybody able to join me, right? Now, those of you who keep up with the news, you've already heard about this story. Shout out to I Hate Mutts in the building. Yusuf Mambo in the building. We hate dogs, kittens, and bruh. Yeah, 8-year-old attacked by a dog at a training class. This girl went to a training course with her grandfather. Okay, now let me rephrase that. Her grandfather forced her to go to a dog training course. He insisted that he endanger her. Let's call it what it is. He knowingly put her in harm's way. Understand, people, this class that they were at, it was for, quote, highly reactive dogs. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now we know what highly reactive means. It's a class for aggressive dogs. Why on earth would you take an 8-year-old to a place like that? Are you plumb out of your mind? Of course you are. Even at your ripe old age, I believe this man's like 65 years old. With age comes wisdom, not for nutters. They don't become more intelligent as they age. They stay stuck, permanently fixed at a subhuman, primitive level of thinking and functioning on this earth. How dumb is that? Do you think you would ever catch any animal on earth bringing their young around dogs? You all know that if you ever saw an animal do that, you would swear that that animal had some type of chemical defect in its brain. Why is this deer bringing its fawn around dogs? The scientists would want to study that deer's brain. What is wrong with this deer? But you somehow have managed to normalize lunacy. They say this dog was an Anatolian shepherd. Let's take a look at what an Anatolian shepherd looks like. Okay, I'm sure many of you familiar with this particular breed of hideous mutt. Disgusting, repulsive child predators. More than anything, these things are child predators. You don't believe me? Let's finish this story. Schoolgirl suffered injuries when she was mauled like a rag doll. Yeah, that's what they do. They shake. Was this provoked? Was it unprovoked? The schoolgirl had the flesh ripped from her left forearm and her bones broken before the dog was finally pulled away. Now again, look at the severity of the injury. What on earth would possess you to bring an 8-year-old around something that can literally bite so hard it will crush bone? And understand, the dog did not dislocate a joint. This dog literally bit through her bone. You see the x-ray here? See if I can enhance the size here. It broke, literally shattered, bit right through her bone. You idiot. Why would you bring an 8-year-old around a creature like that? That is nothing short of dumb. And that's an understatement. You are a sick, suicidal lunatic. That's how you function. I don't care how nice a dog lover may be. I know many of you've talked to many dog lovers and dog owners, and they seem so nice. No. The true show of a person's character is how they live, how they function, and especially how protective they are of their offspring. If you find a person who knowingly and deliberately endangers their offspring, that's all you need to know about that person to chalk them up as a dirtbag, as someone who's not quite well. Something is wrong. There's a problem. And that's all you need to know about them. Tell me I'm lying. Okay, so, excuse me, this man was not 65, he was 63. She was rushed to the hospital, underwent 5 hours of surgery. The police are currently investigating the incident. What is there to investigate? There's nothing to investigate. Now, the little girl's mother said that if the dog grabbed her face or her stomach and caught her internal organs, this could have been an entirely different situation. Yeah, she could have died. And it would have been your fault. Look at how well organized this endangerment was. Several adults in this facility, and the 8-year-old was brought into the facility by an adult, a senior citizen of all things, someone who you'd expect to know better. And the facility, the business, is run by even more adults. And in an area like, an environment like this, you would expect safety measures to go above and beyond. And that's what they claim. Listen to what the dog owner said. Listen to what the owner of this dog said. She said, "We are proper dog owners. We are not naive. We know they can be powerful animals. So we make sure we have the support we need to control our dogs." Now, people, toss this word salad around in your mind for a while, and then let me know what it means. Have you ever heard someone speak in parables? This is completely code language. What are you talking about? What is a proper dog owner? What are you talking about? We are proper dog owners. You are also proper idiots. You're proper dummies. We see that you're a dog owner. Yes, you are naive. That's exactly what you are. Okay? Anybody struggling with the definition of naive? Let's look at it. Showing a lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment. Of course you're naive. What are you talking about? It just feels good for you to say that you're not naive, huh? Yeah, I get it. Look at their judgment. Look at the judgment of all of the adults who allowed that child in there and all the other kids, if there were other kids in there. Look at the judgment of the grandfather. I would not have made that judgment. Do you understand that? Are you following? I know y'all have this challenged mentality where you can't really think and comprehend things. I would not have made the judgment to take an 8-year-old around dogs. So it was your judgment that got her attacked. So yes, you are naive, ma'am. Okay? Are we clear on that? You are naive. And if you know that they can be powerful animals, what do you mean you make sure that you have the support you need to control your dogs? What does that mean? Now, they told all of the dog owners to have their dog on a leash in this facility. Here you can see it right here. We were given instructions that the dogs were to be kept on a leash at all times and under strict control. Now, you would imagine, because this is a training course for aggressive dogs. So yeah, we get it. Quite naturally, you're going to instruct everybody to have their dog on a leash. Notice how the leashing of the dog failed. How many times have I said dog leashes are worthless? When it attacked, it bypassed my dog, it bypassed me, it bypassed another dog and its owner and made a beeline straight for my granddaughter. That's a direct quote from the grandfather. The grandfather who brought her there, who forced her to endanger herself. Now, does that or does it not sound like a child predator? This dog ran past a 63-year-old man. Okay, it ran past his dog, ran past another dog and its owner, another adult, and went straight after the granddaughter. It targeted her the same as it would a tiny dog. Just like these large dogs, when they see a tiny dog, they shoot straight after it. Because these are cowardly carcass scavenger predators. They wait until you're not looking, then attack. Wait till you look away, turn your back, then attack. Or they will only attack when they team up with other dogs. Some of you have seen dogs standing there barking nonstop, but not attacking. And they don't attack until another dog comes and joins them. So when they see tiny living organisms, they attack because they know that they're harmless. And these so-called experts specialize in blaming those kids when they're attacked. Okay. They say it was only for a second or two, but it shook her like a rag doll. Yeah, that's what they do. You all talking as if you're surprised. You know, that really reveals your ignorance and exposes the fact you shouldn't be in possession of these things. I mean, I don't care how much you know about dogs, you shouldn't be in possession of them. But it's even worse when you are as ignorant as these nutters. Where they don't even know the dog's capabilities. You surprised that a giant dog can shake a prepubescent child like a rag doll? Big dummy. Stephen and the trainer leading the class got the dog off of her. She's now recovering. She has been left shaken by the attack, and her family are furious that the dog was allowed to become so out of control. Huh? Nobody allowed it to become out of control. You can't control it. These nutters can't control these things. Stephen added, you hear about a child being killed by a dog, but the other children that get maimed and mutilated by these things, you very rarely hear about. And then he said, people need to be made aware. And that's what I do here on my channel. My channel is really an awareness channel. It's a whole bunch of things. That's one of the things that it is. To raise awareness. Too many people ignorant and in the dark about the truth of these things. And you have a campaign of people out here pumping lies to the masses, where the bulk of the lies are coming from your professionals, your behaviors, your dog trainers, and your veterinarians. Boy, I'm going to stay on y'all's neck, all of you so-called professionals, because you're supposed to come put us in our place. Because you're supposed to be the professional, right? You're scared to death of us, and it makes you look pathetic. Day after day, I'm calling you out. I'm calling your bluff, proving that you all incompetent, that you're not professionals, that you're nothing but con artists. You don't operate based on fact. You're a fraudulent profession, and I dare one of you to say something about it. You got a problem with us saying that? Okay, prove us wrong. You ain't gonna say nothing. My channel, I got 2 channels now, 2 active channels. If those channels get 1 million subscribers each, you still ain't gonna say nothing. You nutters still won't say a word. We're not gonna hear a peep out of you. In fact, you probably keep your mouth shut even tighter. So you need to get out this disgusting, evil, cult-like profession that specializes in child sacrifice. This is a disgusting child sacrifice cult. You knew this was possible. All the adults knew it was possible, and you got off on the experience of taking the chance anyways. And that is really what excites these people. That's why they're so addicted to bringing kids around killers. They have this sick obsession. It's like a fetish, people, that they live out better than they can articulate. So, let's hope this 8-year-old recovers, finds this video, Dogs Bite, Pitbull Victim Awareness, or one of our channels, Chef, Dump Dogs, Animal in Control, and she smartens up and avoids dogs, because clearly her parents and grandparents are not smart enough to make judgments with regard to her safety. So at 8 years old, she's going to have to take control of deciphering whether an environment is safe for her to be in. A training course where you're training dogs, aggressive dogs. You really thought it was a good idea to bring an 8-year-old there? You big dummy. I told y'all, they get off on bringing dogs around kids. That is a fetish. It's part of dog culture. It's a sick, sacrificial fetish of theirs. There is no reason to have no flipping child at no dog training facility, especially in this full of aggressive dogs. What is wrong with you? that grandfather should be arrested. Anybody else involved. And I hate the way these journalists share this story as if, oh, isn't that a juicy story? No, let's talk about the utter stupidity. Understand what is wrong with y'all idiots. Stories like this surface literally every day. And literally every day, you push this narrative that dogs belong with kids, that dogs are harmless, and that they should be viewed and treated like a 2-year-old harmless baby. Boy, you are beyond idiots. A crime has been raised for allowing a dog to be dangerously out of control, and an investigation into the incident is ongoing. Allowing a dog to be dangerously out of control. Notice how they always try to take blame away from the dog. Now, this person allowed a dog to be dangerously out of control. No. The dog broke loose from his or her possession. Ain't rocket science. The owner of the dog did not plan on releasing their dog, sicking their dog on a 8-year-old. What are you talking about? Just like all the other cases, it's not the intent of the owner of the dog. Lord, what more do you need to say to these boneheaded, ignorant people? And this story is going viral, just like all the other stories. That story about that country singer is definitely gone viral. There are several articles that have been written already. The girl name is Annabelle Roden, right? Let's hope one day she becomes a crusader rather than a nutter. You already know the adults around her are going to force her to be around dogs. Don't go avoiding dogs now. That's called cynophobia. You don't want that's a mental disorder. Oh, let's hurry up. We got to get you right back around some more dogs so that you don't fear them. Then what? She get mauled again. That's how boneheaded these people are. There's another crazy story that I want to touch on. But before I do, I want to respond to a statement made by Brooklyn Curry. Brooklyn Curry needs to have a cup of tea and a seat somewhere. Every time she makes the news, it's foolishness coming out of her mouth. Brooklyn Curry shares photo after final lip reconstruction, calls surgeon a true artist. Now, this article is headlined as Brooklyn Curry learns to love her lip. See if I can find it here. You see that? This one in People magazine was published 58 minutes ago. Brooklyn Curry learned to love every scar after final lip reconstruction surgery. No, she did not. She don't love her scars. She don't love her plastic looking face. She don't love it. She just understands that it's better to have a plasticky, fakish looking, strange looking upper lip. It's better to have that than have a flipping hole in your face. And right now today, she wishes that she had Her natural upper lip and nose and whatever else was chopped off. Tell me you learned to love it? We understand what you went through. Don't try to hit us with no magical talk like you somehow find pleasure. Okay, if you love it so much, go let a dog bite your lip again. Since it's such a pleasant experience for you, go stick your face right back in the face of a pit bull and keep doing it until one of them maul your face again. Since you love it so much, stop talking stupid and shut up. Rather than be a spokesperson against the ownership of these things, you out here making dumb statements like this. Shut your stupid mouth. Another story surfaced a few hours ago that I thought was crazy. It's titled, "I Thought I Would Die." Dog attack victims fight for survival using a child's toy. And I saw this photo. This woman looks terrified. Look at the emotion here. Man's best friend will drive people to look like this. Laid up in a hospital bed. One leg completely in a cast, all bandaged up and taped back together, terrorized, crying. You tell me that these are man's best friend? As someone pointed out in the comment section, one of my recent videos, rabbits wouldn't attack people even if you tried to coach them to attack people. It's simply not in their nature. The same goes for other animals in society. The only creatures willing to attack people and actually want to is dogs. They're by far the most aggressive animals on this planet to humans. By far. Again, don't even start. I want to hear from you, nutters. You better be careful. Be careful, nutters. Some of you who haven't followed me, you jump on and you hear me say things like that and you think, oh, I got them here. No. I'll show them again, several videos of people encountering other wild animals and those animals not becoming aggressive at all, namely the mountain lions, because those are real bona fide lions. But anyways, this is a crazy story. Bridget Quartermain heard her bone crunch as she used a plastic toy to fend off a dog attack. Alone in the lounge of her friend's Christ Church home, the 32-year-old could see her blood around the muzzle of a white dog as she screamed for help. "I'm going to die. I thought I was going to die." Okay, look at how terrified she looks. Now, she made the conscious decision to surround herself with dogs. And this is the exact point I bring up. It's clear that you shouldn't surround yourself with creatures that will leave you in this condition. Do you think her interaction with a rabbit would have left her in a hospital bed like this, terrorized? What are you talking about, man? Nearly a week on from the attack, which ended when the cops shot the dog twice, she's had months of recovery, or she has months ahead of her of recovery. She has a broken leg. People, listen to that. A broken leg and a broken hand. Let's get something clear. Broken leg, broken hand. Quite often, kids have broken jaws. Dogs bite hard enough to bite completely through your flesh and then bite through your bone. That means we need to treat dogs the same as we would treat a lion, because they do the same thing a lion could do. It does not matter that a lion has a stronger bite when both creatures can bite your limbs completely off, bite right through your body and break bones. It's no different from a lion. But it's actually more aggressive than lions. Multiple surgeries. She has gaping wounds. Y'all check out that photo I shared. But I'm always looking at injuries of people who've been attacked. But I shared one in the community section of my original channel. When these things bite people, they literally leave holes in them. Gaping holes. Okay, these are the worst types of injuries. Now, she said that on Wednesday last week, she and her 3-year-old rescue dog went to visit her friend at her friend's home. So this lady who was attacked, she brought her rescue dog with her, knowing that at her friend's house there were 2 dogs. Both appear to be bully breeds. Oh, you're not going to try to tell me you were oblivious to the possibility of this happening. You just got off on the idea of taking the chance. That's all it is, people. And they become more excited when they have a kid. You know, because kids are more vulnerable. They get off on endangering themselves. That's all this is, people. A nutter acquired 2 bully breeds because they get off on the idea that they're deadly. And that, oh, look, but they're not attacking me. Isn't this wonderful? Like a big dummy. That is all. That's the nutter mentality, especially the owners of these large, vicious dogs. That's their mentality. The most basic and dumb type of mentality there is. Oh, they're killers. Oh, but they're not attacking me. Oh, how wonderful is this? Big dummy. Unreal. Boy, y'all's brain should be examined, should be studied by science. I'm not kidding. And it should be compared to my brain and other brains of anti-dog people. I can guarantee you there's a different function. There are different areas of our brains that are active. But again, I digress. She brought her own rescue mutt around 2 bully breeds. And look at the names of these dogs. Cruz and Cocaine. Oh, nobody's about to... I'm not feeling sorry for these people. I never feel sorry for adult dog lovers who get attacked. You brought it onto yourself. I only get upset when you get the harmless, the helpless attacked. Harmless, helpless, they got no control over their environment. You are in control of creating a safe environment for them. Based on the law, you're guilty. And they simply not applying the law to you. So it's a whole lot of crime involved in this. Now, she claimed to have messaged her friend before she arrived. And she wanted to make sure that the dog was locked away in the backyard, one of the dogs. But after several hours, the dog somehow got into the house and began fighting with another dog. Okay, the other dog. the dog that she brought. So she played a role in this attack. Talk about this all the time. Another dumb reason to be a dog lover is because now you are a magnet for other dogs, and it's usually a bully breed. If you walking your dog and another dog comes out of nowhere and starts attacking you and your dog, it's usually a bully breed doing that. So now you're just a magnet. And that's what happened here. Now, after she grabbed her dog and wrapped her arms around it, this bully breed started to attack her, latched onto the back of her leg. She started to cry out, "Help me! Help me!" You big dummy. You getting off on, I'm sure y'all had all kinds of selfies and photos. Oh, look at me. These are the same people who try to get pit bull bans removed. And I say this all the time. Every one of you who want to get rid of pit bull bans, we should put you in a room with random pit bulls until one attacks you. And you have to demonstrate your ability to neutralize it. Don't sit up and say that something should be legal that you can't demonstrate your ability to neutralize. How can you not target these nutters, making themselves as vulnerable as they are? This is easy work. And it's not a case of getting off on exposing your incompetence. It's a case of not wanting an environment, a community like this. So she's under attack by this dog that she knew was there. And now she's screaming for help. Help me! Help me! But rather than helping her, she said that her friend left, went outside, left her alone as she was being attacked. You know what? I believe that. Because I've seen several videos of people under attack. And there will be multiple adults who either stand there and watch or start to back up. They don't want no parts of that. They don't want that redirected aggression. So they back up and get up out of there. Help me! No, you don't deserve help. You want pit bull bans removed, remember? Every one of these nutters that want pit bull bans removed, we should have your name. And if you ever make a call talking about you're under attack by a dog, you will not get any help at all. You wanted the pit bull ban removed? Get the dog off of you yourself. How about that? That's how y'all deserve to be treated. Now, her friend denies this. Said, no, I didn't leave my friend alone. But the dog attack victim said, when I was left alone, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was calling for help. I was saying, no, Cruz. But he just lockjawed on me. Oh, what happened? You calling Pibbles by its name? No, Cruz. No, Cruz. You thinking it's about to respond like a human being would respond, huh? You about to reason with it now, huh? Now you wish it had the brain of a human being, don't you? In that moment, it dawned on you that saying, no, Cruz, ain't gonna help you. Because this is a brainless, dumb dog. You big dummy. Now you gotta confront your stupidity. No, Cruz, no, Cruz. See, when you're bleeding, that's when you reflect on how stupid you were. When you have to accept that this thing does not understand human language, that's when you have to confront your stupidity. So she punched the dog. She used a child's toy to fight it off. She put her right hand inside the dog's mouth. She said, I just couldn't get him off. As blood drained from the bite wounds, she became weak. How about that? She said, I could hear all my bones going crunch. I was like, F my life. I'm going to die. This is it, you big dummy. The same one who got off on putting yourself in a situation like this, now you crying. Oh, my bones. Shut up. You don't want to listen to us. You don't want to listen to people like me before attacks like this happen. So we are within our rights to mock you after it happens. You big dummy. So neighbors heard her screaming like a dummy after putting her own self in danger. Systematically. Neighbors heard her screaming. Someone called the police. A teenager who lived nearby arrived and tried to stop the attack, but couldn't. Cops showed up and her blood was smeared on the walls. The dog was still mauling her. That is breed specific behavior. I can almost guarantee you the dog never let go. It never let go. And if it did, it immediately bit right back down again. Again, not only would a rabbit simply not attack you, even if it did, do you think it would inflict this much damage? More reason why these things should be banned. What a disgusting primitive culture, man. Wow. Wow. Way to prove how primitive you are. As soon as the second shot happened, wait a minute. They said something about having to shoot him. And I was like, please shoot him. I was just so scared. Now, people, do y'all think she would have said that she wanted a dog shot if this were not happening to her? You're against euthanizing these things. You're against harming one hair on their head. It's only when your body is trapped between their teeth. Now you want to, kill it, shoot it. See, and we're the smart people. We're saying that these things should be exterminated now before stuff like this happens. Do you understand that? Find something else to be obsessed with. Oh, I'm sorry. Most other animals are not willing to have intimate relations with you, or simply can't. As soon as the second shot happened and I felt the pressure release, that's when I just blacked out. Okay, listen to how horrible. So the story matches her traumatized appearance. Because you could tell she thought that she was supposed to be dead. This right here, this look on her face as she's crying, that right there is a woman who escaped death. That's tears of a person who knows I should have been dead, and I would have been dead had there been no one there to stop that attack. And I'm saying you are a big dummy. I mean, it's 2023. We've been hearing stories like this for decades. We all know that things like this are possible. It's just that the smart people avoid these things. You can call it xenophobia all you want. Knock yourself out. You're the ones going to end up in situations like this. And I'm going to be kicked back, A-OK, all my limbs, and my xenophobia. And I'm going to be healthy. These nutters bragging. They trying to brag that they don't have xenophobia. Sitting up there talking with half a face. Talking to you through a half a mouth. Trying to talk with only a lower lip. Talking about you don't have xenophobia, you big dummy. So pathetic. Why? My disappointment truly comes from how much I've always admired people. People who know me all my life, they know that when I was very young, I was extremely shy. And I wouldn't call it shy. I was very reserved because I was very observant. I would be the quiet person in the room, but I would be quiet because I was so fascinated with everyone else. I have no idea why I was like this, but I was like this. I clearly remember my mind being like it was. I just used to really absorb people and their energy and everything about them. I just admired. It's usually older people, people who had mastered the English language and who spoke well, who formulated their thoughts. I was always fascinated by people like that. So I was quiet a lot. People would even call me weird. But it had to do with my admiration for human beings. That's why this culture disappoints me the way that it does. We simply don't need dogs. And that's an understatement. Don't need them. They are problematic. Speaking from a hospital bed, a self-described animal lover. Now we know she is not an animal lover. She is a dog lover, and a dog lover only. They all are. You can't love animals and love these things as well. The killers of animals. She said she was devastated that the dog that attacked her was shot. The attack victim said she was devastated that the dog that attacked her was shot. Why would you be devastated? Honest question. Why wouldn't you be thankful that the dog was shot? Relieved that the dog was shot? You know, if I ask you to describe your emotions in response to the dog being shot, you would say devastated. I would say relieved, happy, thankful, lucky. That's the difference between a sane person and an insane person. What more does this dog have to do to demonstrate how inhumane, vile, and evil they are? Why would you be devastated that such a disgusting, evil creature was shot? What's wrong with you? You claim that dog was familiar with you. That wasn't the first time that dog saw you. Dogs are family, remember? Even after you was calling it by its name, it never let go. And you devastated that something that violent was shot. Doesn't that sound like the abused girl always getting beat up by her lunatic, alcoholic boyfriend? But she somehow is obsessed with being beaten up all the time. This is a mental disorder and probably a social disorder and a bunch of other things that I'm not aware of. Wow, devastated. But she says the police who attended were left with no choice. No, they had a choice. They could have let you just get mauled. They could have walked in, saw you being mauled, and walked back out. Got in their car and drove off. That was an option. That's what I would have did. I would have put myself in danger. I'm not going to shoot that mutt. That bullet could ricochet and hit me. Now I'm dead. Trying to save you. If a dog is attacking me, I don't even want to shoot it. Because if it could ricochet and hit me. I don't want to have to discharge my gun. But if I were to shoot a dog that's attacking me, and only that dog absorbed that bullet, oh, I'm happy. I'm devastated. What are you talking about? I'm going to throw a party. She's upset at reports suggesting she'd turn up to the property with her dog unannounced, was somehow to blame for the attack, and wasn't badly injured. Yeah, you are to blame for the attack. Of course you are. You is a dog lover, according to you. You own a dog. You went over to that home. You knew there were 2 dogs there. Yeah, you take some of that blame. All this stuff I keep hearing that I wasn't invited. Don't matter if you was invited or not. Let's get real. Even if you were invited, the dogs don't know that you're invited. Big dumb dogs don't know that you were invited. What type of sense does that make? She said if my friend had stayed and helped, the situation would have been much different. I've seen her control that dog before. All she needed to do was assert her dominance. Any animal will listen to the alpha. You mean any dog. I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm not saying that I agree with that statement. Stop using the word animal for these mutants. She said any dog will listen to the alpha. It made no sense to me that she left. What are you talking about, man? How many attacks I've seen where the owner's sitting there calling the dog, trying their best to stop an attack? You screaming out some command ain't gonna do nothing. You just dumb. Stop trying to blame other people. Nobody forced you to be a dog lover. Nobody forced you to go over there where you knew dogs were. Quarterman said that the dog's owner, a gang member, who wasn't at the property when she was attacked, had visited her in the hospital and apologized for what happened. We sat together and we cried. And we looked at photos of the dog. She had not heard from her friend since the incident. Y'all sat together. Wait a minute. What? Wow. She sat there and looked at photos of the dog that attacked her alongside the owner of the dog that attacked her. What? How cultish is that? She barely escapes death. And then she's up in the hospital crying, looking at the photos of the dog that attacked her, crying because that same dog had been shot. Oh, I hate that it had to be shot. Oh my God. People, listen, people like her, I'm not even going to say it, fill in the blank. That cop came and shot that dog, but wow, that's a dangerous, dangerous level of stupidity right there. Shocking. That is shocking. We sat together and we cried and we looked at photos of Cruz. Cruz is the dog that attacked her. Tell me I don't have a case. This is why I've been able to talk about these nutters every day. There's no end. It's infinite. Their lunacy is just like the universe itself. There's no end. Wow. Wow. It shocked me. I've never seen the dog act like that in my life. Oh. Literally every story, they say the same thing. And they still haven't learned their lesson. Although not in the house when the police arrived, the woman said witnesses had told her Cruz was not biting Quartermain when the dog was shot. She believed non-lethal methods could have been used to defuse the situation. Doesn't that make you sick to your stomach? How they always bend over backwards. Don't let the dog suffer. Don't kill it. Why are we still talking about not harming a killer in the process of killing? Wow. Wow. Oh, man, I got to get away from these people, man. You nutters, you dog nutters, you are from another planet. This is next level primitiveness right here. Boy, this is caveman culture. This is caveman culture. Now, before I'd known about this nutter culture or paid attention to it, I would not have thought that caveman culture would be this vile, sick, disgusting. It's worse than I thought. So, sharing this story is not going to help the dog lovers. I'm not trying to be funny here, but these people, mentally, they're gone. Nothing is going to bring them back. Not even being attacked. She's already demonstrated that she's still going to be a dog lover. Exceptions are not the rule. There will be the periodic dog lover who turns against their dog lover culture. I've had a few recently leave comments where they said, hey, I'm a dog lover, but listening to these videos, I'm no longer a dog lover. Every now and then, yeah, you will get people like that. But the vast majority, well over 90%, are just like this woman right here. No matter what happens, they're just like Brooklyn Curry, Jacqueline Duran. No matter what happens, they're going to always promote the ownership of these things. They're going to promote and support the existence of these things in our communities. So they're still enemies to the community. Wow. That's a little too much. That's a little too much. Well, the nutters, I don't understand why they're not fascinated by their own insanity. Like, why don't any of them point it out? It's like, wait, it's too easy at this point. It's like right in your face. It's overt. It's not covert. Most of the most absurd behaviors or aspects of dog culture, it's overt. But you never hear them talking about it. Unbelievable. Man, time is flying right now. I've already been over here over an hour. Let me get out of here. I planned on making this short, but I'm sorry. I get to going. We'll make a short live stream on the next one. Big shout out to everybody able to join me for this live stream. And I hope to see you all back on the next as we continue with this crusade.